okay, so let's talk the day and date aspect. I think, and I think we're all probably somewhere along these lines. The Peacock day and date won't matter
No.
because so few people have Peacock, and so few people who have Peacock even realize they have Peacock because so many people get it through your cable company gives it to you for free, or you start a new job and they threw that in there as a employee benefit. You get health insurance, you get Peacock, and people don't even realize they have Peacock. Like it's not going to be a huge customer base that watches it there instead. It's not day and date on Netflix, and it's not day and date on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It's day and date on a service that people don't really watch and people don't realize they have. So, do either of you think the Peacock day and date is going to really cut in? Like, what is it worth? If this was not day and date on Peacock, do you think there's an extra 10 million on the table? I don't think it's that much.
No, I
think a little. Go ahead.
You go, Danny. You go, Danny.
A little 3 to 5 million on the table will be taken in without the Peacock.
Mhm.
A little more,
I
not
could
to
see
go
that.
above an expectations.
Yeah, because Peacock has, I think it's 20 million subscribers or so. So of that, yeah, I think there's a small percentage that would have seen this movie in theaters and instead are going to choose to watch it at home. And there's also, and Clinton, you could speak to this. It's a horror movie and people want to watch horror in the theater with other people, even if they could watch it for free at home.
It's not just a horror movie, though, Pat. It's a happening, man.
Right.
It's a happening. That is the thing. This is youth-driven.
Right.
And this is what I always say. When the shut-ins on the internet write these articles about how theaters are dying and everybody wants everything at home and all this stuff, it's because they want to stay at home. They don't like being around people, blah, blah, blah. It's a myopic view. If you're a young person, you want to be where the people are. Yep. You want to hang out with your friends away from your parents. This is what we all forget. This is what all these bloggers forget, is that they don't have parents they have to worry about being away from. They have their apartments or whatever. They have their own spaces. Kids need a place to go where they can say, we're going here for 3 hours. And a movie theater is a public place. It's not, we're going to Sam's house and they're like, oh, are you going to get loaded? This is a movie theater. They know what, listen, if they're going to bring in a little schnapps or whatever in the book bag, that's what these kids can choose to do. But a parent's going to let you go to a movie theater with a bunch of your friends because it's a public space and they know what you're going to be doing, at least for part of that time. Kids need to get away from their parents. They will go to the theater, even though they could stay home and watch Peacock. Even if they have their own, they have their laptop in their room, they want to be around other people their age. That is what's going to drive this movie, is young people that don't want to stay home on a Saturday or a Friday watching Peacock.
Yep. And then I think the day and date on Peacock is fine because I do think this is a movie that people will see in the theater and then watch scenes of it again when they get home.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that this is a movie that will legitimately, to whatever degree Peacock could be helped at this point, will help Peacock a little bit. Some people will get it or realize they have Peacock because they want to go home and rewatch some cool scenes, some cool kills from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Now, I think that's the question that we've had, and we've had this for a long time. We've mentioned it anytime there was the day and date movies, is even if people on the opening night and the opening weekend go to the theater, does this cut into the rewatch value, the return to the theater, which makes something a huge hit? Those, like, obviously this is going to be Titanic, or it could be, who knows? But Titanic was, I go again and again and again. Avatar is, I go again and again and again. And this is a movie that, yes, you want to be around your other kids your age, but then you also have your close-knit friends that, you guys went on Friday and then on Saturday, you all go in the den and you watch this movie again and you fast forward to the great kills or whatever it is. And then you go and do whatever you're going to do instead of, we got to go back to the theater again.
Yeah, I do think I think you're right. I think the day and date hurts the second weekend way more than it hurts the first weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Legs wise.
Yeah, it definitely hurts the legs because there will be people who would have maybe went to see it again that won't. And then some people who they tell their friends, oh, I like this. And instead of then that friend going, they just watch it together on Peacock. I think that it doesn't really matter for this opening weekend, but yeah, I think this, and listen, this is a movie that probably, unless it's way better than we're expecting, the legs were going to not be great on this anyway.